Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know if we should record this or not. Charlie, just to make it brief, I tried to log into the regular Madonna and I couldn't get through. So I thought I'd start this up as an emergency. Uh, and the only email address I do not have is befriend. And she was supposed to be the one facilitating today. So I guess we'll have to make her next day. How have you been?
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's a loaded question for an old guy.
Okay. Well, in the last 48 hours, let's narrow it down a bit.
Well, I tried some Irish stew yesterday, and it didn't set well with me. So I've had issues during the evening and the day. You know, kind of like upset stomach, diarrhea, that type of thing.
Okay.
But I think I'm having some English muffins right now, and a spot of tea might just do the job.
Okay, yes, yes. It well, I'm glad you saw the email I sent her. It was just because I've been trying to get a hold of Nikki for a couple of days and I tried Sally in case one of them could help out because I need someone who can access the Madonna email because they're the ones getting the code for me to log in. So
Kevin, did you have Deb pull yet? I've got her on the phone. She's looking for trying to get in, but did you have her email?
just a moment. Let me go see if I can find this. Uh, okay, okay, here we go back to. I think I did. I'm not sure, but if you give me her email, I'll invite. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I don't I'm not sure I have it either, but I just asked her for her email and I'll forward mine to her. So
Okay,
she'll
yes, do that.
join us.
Forward the link to her.
Yeah.
And
Who-
if she happens to know befriend, forward a link
Deb
to her.
P. Deb P. Oh, okay. Her email is Debbie DEBIP at
Well,
Ymail.
just a second.
Ymail?
I think I have to go into the meeting. And what date are we today?
Is there such a thing as Ymail?
You know,
Mail?
what, how to send an invitation, you know how to do that, right? You go to participants at the bottom of the screen
Okay, just a
and
second.
click on that, and then it says copy invite link.
Oh,
It's now on a clipboard.
okay, invite.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh,
Oh, she just found it. So you must have sent it to her.
okay, yes.
So
I
you,
set everybody's name up in my contact list yesterday, so I tried to set it from there. And like I said, the only one I don't have is befriend.
And she was gonna speak today.
And she was so
So we were
how
just we were just talking about Reiki because Kevin was interested in hearing about Reiki.
yeah, I was, Kevin, I was waiting for about 5 minutes for you to let me in. So you got to be alert to people.
that's okay, yes. I'll keep better track of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
because I waited for a few minutes too, but Deb is gonna come on, so she just saw your email.
Okay. Oh, there
So
she is.
okay,
now,
but it
Laura,
was really good.
you were sharing your information about Reiki, right?
Yeah.
And you talked about the 4 cardinal directions, and you covered the west. Did you cover the north?
Yes, the north is the place of the ancestors, the place of the white buffalo calf woman, and the place of wintertime.
You know, I painted the white buffalo woman one time.
Did you?
Yeah, it's an interesting. Well, I think there's a movie out on it too. It's fascinating. White buffalo. There's the meditation mount, which teaches a lot of the Tibetan stuff. When they do the directions, they do 6 directions, and that includes up and down.
We do too. We do too. Yeah.
Well, Bobby's coming to join us here. Good morning.
Debbie, I'll just explain. I wasn't able to log into the regular Madonna page today. That's why you got this last minute email invite. I thought at least we could all touch base. And
That's okay.
if anyone has Befriend's address, I don't have her email. That's the only reason I
She
wasn't
just
able to
recently,
contact her.
yeah, she
Yeah.
just recently been coming
Yeah.
on. I don't really even know her.
Good morning, Bobby.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm
Morning.
very well, and you?
Good, thank you.
You're looking good. You have a beautiful smile.
She does. She got a beautiful head of hair.
Okay then.
I could have retired on all the money she spends on fixing her hair throughout the years.
Well, you know, I keep trying to get that hairdo back, this one. But every time I go to a hairdresser and I show them that picture and I say, okay, can you do my hair like that? It never comes out like that.
Never.
No,
Well, your hair is a different texture now than it
is.
was back then.
it
Your
is.
hairdo is fairly close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday I went to a nail parlor, and had my toenails cut for me. And it's a bunch of Vietnamese people. And every time I've gone there, I get a different practitioner. And each of them, it's amazing the different ways you can cut toenails. In the treatment, I couldn't believe it. They're all slightly different. So finally, the practitioner said, "You got dry skin." Yeah, I said, "Yeah, I know, I'm drying out." She says, "How old are you?" And I said, "Take a guess." And she hysterically laughed with her friend. I guess they're not used to that kind of question. So she just laughed and laughed. And then finally, she said, "You're 18. Yeah, well, that's bizarre. It's crazy, right? Anyway, different cultures. Yeah. So back to your Reiki.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good explanation. Thank you for filling in and being there to teach something and share something.
Debbie, you do Reiki, don't you?
I'm just starting to get back into it. Yeah. That I just went to that Reiki share. Yeah.
Yeah, we had
Okay,
Reiki
so I
shares
should
too.
look for a Reiki
Master.
master, I guess, if that's what I'm looking for. Okay.
Right.
Because I've been looking around, but I didn't know what I was looking for, which
A Reiki
doesn't
master.
help. I just got a notice that the meeting's going to end in 10 minutes. Charlie, why don't you lead us in a blessing of some sort?
And a blessing. We
Mhm.
got 10 minutes, a 10-minute blessing.
Well, if you,
Yeah,
hopefully
and sometimes it knocks you off early too.
Yeah.
not. Okay, yeah.
before I do that, I'd like to share with you that before Reiki, I was a pastor of a Science of Mind center where we did a lot of healing work, and we knew the healing is principally done through the power of the mind. And that's what we're taught. We had a lot of practitioners. And then one time I was sick on a Sunday, and so one of the practitioners took me down to Mexicali, and I met a shaman, a woman down there that does a lot of healing work. And we struck up a relationship, and I went down there for at least 10 years more. And we did a lot of, we begin with ceremonies, right? And prayer, and then eventually they had a cadre of healers that wore white garments and that do mostly what you'd call laying on hands healing. But the shaman was, her name Reverend Margarita, was very gifted in many ways. She was a gifted, she could hear things.
She was a psychic.
Yes, nobody else could hear. She could see things that other people couldn't see. So she used those gifts beautifully in healing. And what I learned down there was laying on of hands. And what evoked that within me, because the mental science of healing works fine, but I was kind of neglecting the feeling side of nature, and the laying on of hands got more involved in the feeling of energy, and that opened up another window for me. This was before Reiki was even popular. So for me, it's a question of tuning in to a healing presence. And
Intention. It's all about intention.
yeah, the intention is a big part of it.
Mhm.
So I had a lot of wonderful experiences while I worked down there with her. I didn't speak the language, so it was easy for me to get into my feeling nature, because I'd have to have people interpret things for me. But like one time there was a lady that came there who was pregnant, like 9 months pregnant or something. She was hurting so bad. So when I worked on her, I just was able to get myself out of the way and let whatever happened happen. And it seemed like my astral hands or spiritual hands went right inside the womb and did something. And after that was all over, they asked her, well, yeah, how are you feeling? She felt great. And she came over and she was kissing my hands, and I didn't kind of understand why. And then the interpretation came through that there was a cord around the baby's neck, and that had
Wow.
to be taken care of. And so it was like a miraculous healing that I felt more like a participant. Anyway, that's a good story to begin the
Yeah, that's great.
final prayer here. So Kevin, thank you very much for your willingness to step up and do this and persisted. And once you get more experience under your belt, you'll be able to do it some more, I'm sure.
Well, let's hope so.
Okay. So let us now enter into our intention of prayer, the prayer modality. And know with me that there's one mind, there's one life, there's one presence expressing itself through all creation, and expressing itself through us right where we are right now. And the power of this presence moves us and lives itself in us as us. And as we tune into that presence and more deeply, we know that we are about our Father, Mother, God's business. We are intuitively guided and directed in all of our thoughts and deeds and activities. And through this inspiration, we move and have our being in the world of our affairs. And the magic of God expressing itself through us, the benefit of that is endless, it's amazing, it's wonderful. And for that, I do give thanks. So,
So it is. Thank you.
Okay, folks, well, it's 12:40, we're way over time, I guess. Thank you very much for coming. And, you know, I guess I should have sent the email out earlier, but I kept hoping for a rescue.
Well, most of them said they weren't going to be here today anyway.
Yeah,
so-
well, that was it. I knew there weren't gonna be a lot, you know. Okay, everybody, you have a really good week. And
And you?
bless you.
And you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Blessing,
Thank you.
heaven. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.